Okay, so there's been a lot of talk over the last few days about Man United and the situation there. Not looking good, really. Since Moyes came in, it's been a really shaky, rocky ship. But I'm not so sure that Ferguson, left them in as good a shape as people think. And, they've had 3 defeats on the trot now. Lost to Sunderland at 2-1 in the League Cup. They lost to Swansea in the FA Cup, and they got defeated at home by Tottenham. And 3 defeats is a very unusual thing to happen to Man United, and people are really saying, what the hell's going on there? Is Moyes good enough to handle a club this massive? Ferguson won the league last year, but I think was a little bit false, if anything. I think some teams didn't really produce, and Man U were almost gifted the league. If you look at the players he left, look, we all know Ferguson did a great job, but I just get the feeling by the time he'd finished, a lot of the players were on the slide. And if I go through the players now and I look at the stage they're at in their careers and what they're producing, if we start with the star players, you look at Rooney. For me, Wayne Rooney, great player, still does a lot for Man United. Not great at international level anymore in the big games, seems to have gone at international level. But for me, he's 2 to 3 years past his peak. Nobody can tell me he's as good a player now today as he was 2 or 3 years ago. Van Persie for me, another of the so-called star players. For me, I don't think he ever looked like a Man United player. Don't know what that means, don't know what it really... It's a funny one, people use it, but I think again, he peaked probably 2 years ago and Man United bought him a year after his peak. And I don't think he's going to get it back. Then we'll go on to the rest of the team. We've got Kagawa, busy little player in midfield, neat little passes, but doesn't contribute enough for me, not quite brave enough when it really matters. Jan-Jose, the young guy, Jan-Jose for me is the future. Brave, takes people on, makes mistakes as young guys do, but he's going to be a great, great player. Hernandez, for me, Hernandez, when he's isolated and doesn't got somebody to play with, he looks a little bit fragile. He needs a Rooney up there, and he finds it hard to play on his own. Fellaini for me is a great player. He's not produced yet at Man United, but don't tell me this guy's gone off overnight. He could be the star of the next World Cup for all we know. He could be one of the best midfielders next year in Brazil, and everyone's saying he's not good enough at Man United. Something's obviously going on there. Let's just wait and see on that one. But for me, Fellaini, top quality. Giggs, well, we all know about Giggs, a legend, but he's 41 now, and he'll be finished at the end of this season. Zaha, I don't know why they're not giving Zaha a chance. I'm not sure what's going on in training, what's going on behind the scenes. You'd have thought he'd have got more opportunities, especially as Man United haven't been playing that well. And with the results, you'd think they'd have thrown him in as a wild card to try and do something. Nani, for me, not really doing it anymore. I'd want Nani out of there. I think he's had his days at Man United. Simple as that. Valencia, one of the unsung heroes. Even through the bad times, Valencia still plays well, I think. Really honest lad, strong, quick, tries to beat a man, tries to make things happen, gets the ball over, crosses it a lot. I like Valencia, and I think you should stick with Valencia and get behind him. Vidic, being a great player, no, not just a great player, for me, at his peak, he was the best centre-half in the world, the most feared, and a great footballer. But that injury that he sustained against Basel a couple of years ago, it's taken the edge off him, and for me, this could be his last season at Man United. He's just lost that half a yard of pace. He's starting to sort of bring people down now. Not looking good for Vidic, but what a player he's been. We look at the goalie, De Gea. De Gea, for me, doing a good job at Man United. I've got no complaints about this lad. A lot of people were knocking him when he first came. Not for me. Super goalkeeper. Anderson, again, question marks against Anderson. A bit like the Nani situation. For me, he don't play that often, and when he does, he doesn't produce enough for the moment for me. I'm not sure his heart's in Man United anymore. Rio, again, great centre-half, Rio, fantastic. But he looks like he's gone. I wouldn't be surprised if it's last season. Maybe they might squeeze out another year out of him, but, he's lost half a yard of pace. And for me, Rio just doesn't produce anymore. But, he's not in the first 11 anymore. Carrick, great midfielder, but again, he's the wrong side of 30. You can't really say he's the future. Welbeck, they've got to keep Welbeck. I wouldn't get rid of Welbeck, but he's not one of the best centre forwards in the league. But he's good enough. He's quick, not the most skillful, not got the greatest touch. Raphael, I don't know. Raphael, for me, one of the worst players in the Premier League. I think someone should check his passport, because I've never seen a Brazilian guy so panicky on the ball as him. Not good enough for me. Gives it away. Very erratic. Poor quality. I'd want him out of there. Jones, I like Jones a lot, and I think Jones needs time. I think he's a quality player, and he's a perfect Man United fit. If they could just get a bit of rhythm going, find his place, he'll be a great player for Man United in the future. Cleverly, I'm not sure about Cleverly either. Don't know what he does really. He doesn't seem to be great at anything, and for me, doesn't produce a great amount. I'm not sure about Cleverly at all, if he's good enough. Young, again Young, I'd get him out of there. I don't think he's good enough for Man United. The guy's already lost a lot as a player. I think he peaked 2-3 years ago, and I'd get him out of there as well. Silva for me, well, like his brother, for me, not good enough quality. Butner, I like Butner. He gets knocked a lot. People saying he's not good enough. I think he's strong. He's quick. For me, he's the future Butner. Give him a chance. I think you'll find you've got a good defender in Butner. Evans, a little bit lightweight still at times, but he has progressed. And I think, he's a good lad, Evans, but, still he looks, for a centre-forward playing against him, he doesn't look the most fearsome, the most threatening. Smalling, good player, international, but does give the ball away. I just want to improve his passing skills. Okay, that's my little rundown of the Man United squad. There's a few players I'd want out of there. And I don't blame Moyes that much. Of course you've got to blame him this season. He's taking the reins. He has to do the job. The results, are down to him. But Ferguson left, a lot of these guys who were just about to finish their careers. And I think he has to take a bit of the responsibility in this one. Comment. Tell me what you think. I'd love to know. Bye for now.